Hey guys, ChainedMTG here. I'm gonna make a deck tech today for the Theros Seasonal Standard for Junk Midrange. So we will start off with the land base for the deck. We have two Temple of Plenties. They are the green, white Scrylands for Born of the Gods. So we have two of those. We have Godless Shrine. We would be running a playset of Godless Shrine, which is the black-white Shockland from Gatecrash. We are currently down one, so there's a Guild Gate in the spot. And these three Orzhov Guild Gates are... They are the black-white Scryland from Theros, the Temple of Silence. I currently have them, but I have them in my Boros Burn deck. So, I didn't feel like taking them out, so I'm just gonna tell you that these Orzhov Guild Gates, the three of them, are supposed to be the black-white Scryland from Theros, Temple of Silence. We have a playset of Temple Garden, which is the green-white Shockland from Ravnica, Return to Ravnica. We are running a playset. This Selesnya Guild Gate is in the place of the other one. So a playset of those. And then we have the black-green Shockland from Ravnica, which is Overgrown Tomb. We are also running a playset of those. That one's in a place of it. We have four forest. I thought I had 5 in here. We have 4 forest, and then we have 3 swamps. They don't have to be full art, but I like my full art lands, so yeah, that is the land base for the junk deck. We will start off with the creatures now. We have Blood Baron of Viscopa. This is not the Pro Tour one, or this is not the other one. It's sort of like it, but I kind of built it the way I like it, and the way I like to play with it. So if it's a little different, it's kind of my style, and it's kind of my version. So yeah, we have one Blood Baron of Viscopa. He's very good. He's like, you don't really have to explain him. He says everything about himself. We have one Aetherios, God of the Passage. He is the new black-white god. I'll try and go slow here so you guys can read the cards as I go. We have Obsidat, Ghost Council. He is a one of. If you guys have trouble reading the cards, or if I go too fast, I'm sorry. You can just pause the video or rewind it. Archangel Thune from M14. She is a 2 of in this deck. We're running 2 of her. Sylvan Caryatid, like a Bird of Paradise, but with 1 extra mana. Doesn't really have to be explained. It's a very good card. We are running 3 of those. I would be running 4, I guess, but I only have 3, so I guess I just put 3 in here. We have Sing Collector. He is a uncommon, I think, or a common, but yeah, he's an uncommon, and he's very good for an uncommon. Very good. I enjoy him. I enjoy screwing people's hands up with him. He's very good for hand disruption, like Thoughtseize. I only have 1 of that in this deck, which will come a little bit later as we get into the spells. But, since we only have 1 Thoughtseize, we don't have to really worry about it. We don't have to spend the money on them. We do run Sing Collectors, which does the job. But when they do cycle out, then probably we will be getting Thoughtseize, if the price goes down a little bit. So, that is a 4 of. That is the promo, the F&M promo. We have Reaper of the Wilds. A lot of people talk down about this card. this is something I wanted to talk about. A lot of people talk down about this card really, really badly, but every time I hear somebody talk down about it, or I say they say it's bad or it's cheap or whatever, it doesn't matter. This card is very, very good. And if you don't, if somebody tells you that this card sucks, and somebody tells you that this card is not good, don't run it. Don't listen to them. This card is a very good card. Obviously, you can pick different things over this card, but this card is a very good card. I mean, it's 4 mana for a 4/5. It blocks everything in the metagame right now. It blocks everything besides, like, Stormbreath Dragon. It really blocks everything. And you can give it Death Touch to kill what you're blocking, or you can give it Death Touch to kill all their little guys, all their little goblins or something like that, or you can give it Death Touch to kill one of their fatties. And if they try to get rid of it, you can give it Hexproof, which is just great, because nobody wants a 4/5 on the field, because it's going to block everything. So, when they try to get rid of it, just do it Hexproof. And then, yeah, you can do both of these abilities at the same time. So, Death Touch and Hexproof for a 4/5, and whenever a creature dies, you scry one. That is very good. And especially if you're running a deck with a bunch of little dudes. So, if you're versing a deck with a bunch of little dudes, you can just block all of them and kill them all, and then you can just keep scrying it. It's very good. It's a good way to also set up your draws. He's very good, so we're going to be running a playset. We have Loxodon Smiter. He's so good. He's 3 mana for a 4/4, and he can't be countered, and if a spell makes you discard him, he goes straight to the battlefield, so basically, if he's Thoughtseized, or if opponent has a card that says discard a card at random, then he goes to the... If you pick him, he goes straight to the graveyard and basically pings the graveyard and goes straight to the battlefield. Yeah, he's very good, so we are running a playset of him. And then last but not least, Voice of Resurgence. This card is so, so good. I really don't need to explain him. I will just pause on the card so you can read him. He's basically a 2 mana hybrid, Selesnya hybrid with, he's basically a bear with really, really, really good ability. I'll just pause it for a minute so you guys can read it. And we are running a playset. Playset of Voice. And onto the spells of the deck, which is basically how it makes it mid-range. We got the removals and stuff that makes the deck work. Thoughtseize, we only have one of. Whip of Erebos. This card is really, really, really good. And it does the job done in this deck, because what it does is it makes Obsidat not go away. Because what this card says is, you exile a card, you bring a card from the graveyard, bring it to the battlefield, it gains haste, and then you exile it at the end. So what you do is Obsidat comes back from exile. So if you exile Obsidat with it, he will just come back. So basically what you use this card for is to get Obsidat out of the graveyard if somebody kills him, and then you bring him back and he keeps flickering over and over and over and over again. And what even makes it harder is Aetherios, that new god. If you have Whip, Aetherios, and Obsidat, it's hell for your opponent. Because not only does he have to pay 3 life, or he has the option to pay 3 life every time Obsidat goes to the graveyard, but if you keep bringing him back and he keeps dying, and you have lifelink, yeah, that's pretty good. So, we are running only 2 of them, only because it's legendary, and we don't really want to draw too many of them, because if we have 2 in our hand, then it's just going to sit there for the whole game. We have Underworld Connections for card advantage. It's basically you would chain a land, pay 1, and then draw a card. Simple as that. We are running 2 of those. We have Golgari Charm. It's basically to regenerate each creature you control or destroy an enchantment like a god, basically, for the new set. And you can also kill goblins with it, I guess, or little dudes with it. If somebody's running a little, like, heroic deck or something like that, you can kill them all. But it's basically for the last 2 abilities. But not too many of them, because we don't want to overwhelm our hand with them. So we're running 2 of those. Putrefy is a good kill spell. It kills an artifact creature. It can't be regenerated for 3 mana. Simple as that. It's like a murder, but a little bit better. For a Golgari hybrid, we're running 2 of those. And we have Doomblade. Simple as that. Kill target non-black creature. I actually should be running either Devour Flesh or Ultimate Price instead of the Doomblades, because the only thing you want to get rid of in this metagame, one of the big things, is Desecration Demon. And this card does not get rid of Desecration Demon. So yeah, that's why. So if you want to switch them out, go ahead. If you don't, just run Doomblades. And last but not least is the Advent of the Worm. Easy sideboard, and it just puts a 5/5 token onto the battlefield, which can beat face. So yeah, you kind of want to play it at the end of their turn, so it comes on with basically haste. So yeah, that's basically the deck. That is Junk mid-range for the Theros Season of Standard. It might change a little bit, because I might put it over to Modern. If it does, I will make an update video on it, and I'll make it a Modern deck tech. But for now, it's a Standard deck, so yeah, that's it. I'm ChainedMTG. Like the video, subscribe, and comment and tell me what you think. Thanks.